A portable light for just $19.99. Hi, you're really welcome, and if you're a new subscriber, thanks very much. Click the bell and you'll get a notification for the next one. Now I'm looking at this light that I saw on Amazon USA. Haven't got this on the UK site, so we have to, if we're Brits, we have to send to the USA for this. But they do send it, which I'm really pleased about. It's really nice. And if you're a Prime member, they don't even charge you postage. So this is just $19.99. It's a fantastic value. It's just a strip light. It's designed to go into a cupboard, but it seems to match really well as far as colour goes, and it doesn't seem to flicker at all either. So it's a rather nice light. Very simple. It's rechargeable. It's got a battery inside there, and you basically just switch it on and off you go. There you go. So that's a combination of amber and white. That is the white light. That is the orange light. That's the, oh my God, it's going to go off soon. It's going to blow up and off. And you just literally touch it. To change the brightness, you basically hold the top again. Same switch, you just hold. And so it goes up one way. There you go, it's gone up. And you go down the other way. Now at the moment it's really sunny, so just to show you, I'll put it onto daylight. Now I'm going to just make it go up. Now the sun is streaming in through the window at the moment, so we've actually got light in the UK. So if I turn it up, you can see it's balancing against the window light, which is rather nice. So it's doing a nice fill-in. So it's a pretty bright light, but what I'm chuffed about is it's only $19.99. Fantastic value. The light itself is called an Alpha Home. The body itself is made of, it must be metal because it's got a connector here for to attach to anything metal. So if you want to, you can screw it to something under your cupboard boards, your doors and things, so you can light up your kitchen if you're not using it for a photography light, and it just grabs it and there it is. There you go. It has a charge socket there. It's not a USB. It's just it's one that comes with the light itself. So you mustn't lose that, because it's a USB at one end, but it's a different type of plug at the other. It's pretty solid build. What I like is you can just carry it around and hold it wherever you need it. You know, if you're filming yourself, hold it there, as long as you don't put it too close, because you might look like something from a horror film if you film upwards. And you might look a bit silly if you film like that, but you can put it anywhere. You can attach it to your tripod, you can attach it to the radiator. I attach it to the kitchen extractor fan, or just sit it on a table. It's a really, really useful light. Sometimes with shots that are lit particularly by harsh light, you're going to get very high highlights and low lights, so the dynamic range of the picture is a little bit too much for the camera to cope with. And this shot is being lit by daylight coming in through a window, so I've balanced it for daylight, but the back of the duck is a little bit overexposed. It's just slightly blowing out on the wing. So what I'm going to do now is reduce the exposure. So now what's happened is the duck's back is now less blown out than it was before, but the rest of the scene, which is black, has gone out of basically out of the shot. It's black. It's going very, very dark. So by adding this little light in, just add the light in now, it just highlights just a little bit more. Let's just try and get it lined up. Highlights just a little bit more of what's going on in the shadow areas, but also I can just slightly, if I want to, whiten it. That's slightly brighter for a daylight balance, or if I want to, I can make it a little bit warmer, which is quite nice, or if I want to, I can even make it flash. So just to show you the on-off difference. So basically, to fill in shadows, this can be quite useful. Obviously in this very bright light, something like this probably wants to be quite a bit closer. So if I put it a little bit closer, the duck is now not overexposed and the background isn't too jet black, hopefully. For this shot, I'm taking the picture using just the window light from the side. Now, the thing about having the window light from the side like this is this can be very, very bright while this side is very, very dark. And the result is when you leave your camera on automatic, this side can get blown out because it's trying to compensate for this side, which is dark. So the camera kind of looks for an in-between setting and looks for an overall setting that's going to get both. Unfortunately, what very often happens with these cameras is that the highlights, especially places like there on my shiny forehead or on the side here, would get blown out. And when they get blown out, you maybe wouldn't notice when you're watching a picture, but if you really want a good picture, what I would do is expose for those highlights and then light the darker side, which obviously if you expose for this side's going to go darker. So if I'm going to now do this, what I'll do is I'll turn on an exposure that will suit now more so this side. So this now is no longer blown out as much as it was before, but as you can see, the whole thing's gone darker and this has gone darker as well. The background has also gone darker, but then again, if I'm lit up, I'll stand out from the background, which is not a bad thing sometimes. And so now with these lights, I'm going to hold it out of shot just to light up this side. So by holding it out of shot, I'm just checking that it's okay. If I turn it on, you can see now I've got a mixture of amber and daylight setting going on there, so it might make me look a bit more flattering. I've got a slightly better tan. That's the amber look. It's amber and white together, and this side is slightly lit up, and my shoulder, or take it out of shot, my shoulder is also a little bit more, got a bit more definition there. Now I can balance this if I want to with daylight. So by switching it to daylight, I might have gone a little bit more pasty. Sorry, I'm just checking that my light stays out of shot, because they're not particularly bright lights, but they're bright enough to hold close to you out of shot and light something like I'm doing now. Now, if I want to give myself a nice tan, all I've got to do is change the colour to a nice amber colour, and there you go. There's Ian Craig with a tan on him. And of course if I want to pretend that the police are outside, then I can do that. That's you can see now where the shadow is being lit up and what happens when the light comes on and off. So there's another use for it, being used as a fill-in light, but often in daylight these things will not match daylight very well because they're not bright enough, but they do a good job if you get them close-ish, and this is diffused enough to not give too harsh a light. If I put this really close to my face, it's not really giving a harsh light. I can turn it down, up and down. So if I turn it down, it's now down, turn it up, it's not a harsh light at all. It's not too bad. It is actually diffused anyway. If you look there, it is diffused. And as I say, it does fill in the shadows. I'm just looking in the screen, so sorry I'm looking away. It's just checking. There I am with a suntan, but obviously what you would do is take it away out of shot and then pull it round the front till you get in the right fill in that you want. So it's useful in that way, as long as you don't feel too stupid standing in front of a camera holding a light. Something else that's really convenient about this, not only just its size and the way you can just hold it wherever you need it, is that it comes with a magnetic clip, and that means you can just put it onto that, and if you have a metal surface anywhere, it'll just sit there. So for instance in here I've got the cooker to my side and I've got window light to my right, so if I put the magnetic thing there, and it's now hands-free and it's attached to the cooker, and let's just adjust it now for light quality. So basically there we are, that's come on with a mixture of amber and white, and it's a bit bright, so now I'm going to dull it down, and actually I'm also going to reduce the exposure a bit. So now we've got oh, let's get it back down. Okay, so now what I've done is I've reduced the exposure a bit so nothing's blown away, but I'm still being lit by the side. So we've almost got a balance there between the window and the light. So it's a bit strong. So if I just take it, though it's going up, let's take it down. There we go. So I've now got a slight tan on this side and daylight on this side. If I want to match the daylight again, just change the colour, and now the two colours are kind of matching. So I keep looking into the screen to check where my highlights are. If I want to give myself that Latin look, there you go. I've got a tan, and I look good with a tan. If you enjoy my videos, please consider subscribing, and even better, click the bell so that you get a notification next time I make a video. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Cheers for now.